Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Look, did Ryan Garcia win his lawsuit? Because word on the street is he already has a deal in place with Haymon. Now the thing is this, there are a lot of people saying, well, what are you talking about? Ryan Garcia didn't file a lawsuit. It was Golden Boy who came and filed a lawsuit against Ryan Garcia and his attorney and advisor, Guadalupe Valencia. And that's correct. When they filed that lawsuit against Ryan Garcia, he and his team went into action. So there's a lot of back and forth going on. And what I'm gathering, and I truly believe this, is Ryan Garcia is already, for the most part, I'm going to say he won the lawsuit, but he's getting his way. The thing about it is, Golden Boy's getting their way as well. And it hasn't quite been finalized, but I was listening to Ryan Garcia's dad talk. And when he was saying we're happy with the way things are going, that tells me that as far as what Oscar De La Hoya was hoping to achieve, long term, it didn't happen. Now remember, the purpose of Golden Boy pushing for that lawsuit is because they wanted to make sure that they can enforce their contract with Ryan Garcia. And the reason they wanted to do that is because Ryan Garcia didn't want to fight with him anymore. He doesn't want to be with him anymore. He wants to go over there with Haymon. Saw him spending time with Floyd Mayweather. He sees what, basically what's being done with Tank Davis. He sees everyone else who was on PBC. He even sees kind of how Devin Haney's career is going. But what really got to Ryan Garcia was two things. Now, this is my opinion. This is just from listening to him and reading articles. I think is one, just how he was treated after he lost to Tank. He was treated pretty badly. And the second thing is, it's not even how much money Tank makes. It's when he saw, well, that too, but it's that Rolly picking up a title. And he said, this is ridiculous. And I'm over here getting treated like this. And you got these guys over here being taken care of. Look, it's no secret that PBC takes care of their fighters. A lot of people have a lot to say. There's a guy named Rick Glacier. He's, for the most part, built up his whole Twitter profile based off bashing Haymon. Now, Rick Glacier's been around the sport of boxing for a lot of years, I think 40 years. And there's a lot of things he says that's spot on. Some other things, it's like, I don't know where he's coming from. But what I will tell you is this. Oscar De La Hoya, long term, is not getting what he wants. He wanted to enforce his contract, and he was able to. Ryan Garcia is forced to fight this one fight. It is what it is, right? Because everyone noticed that De La Hoya is acting funny towards him. Dr. Bernard Hopkins is acting funny towards him. And Ryan Garcia is just kind of going with the flow. But he allows his quills to come out to let everybody know, like, you're not going to mess with me. Now, a blind person can see that something's not right there. But this is, what this reminds me of? As being in the workplace and knowing that you get to change your duty station. So if I'm working here in Texas and I get assigned to go work in Virginia, and there's some people who I was working with who weren't really treating me that good, I knew I had like 3 months before I pick up and relocate from Texas to Virginia. But maybe if I wouldn't have got that assignment, that change of duty location, maybe they would keep messing with me and I really wouldn't say anything. But now I know I have an outlet. It's like, shit, I'm leaving. No, I'm gonna puff up my chest a little bit and let those quills come out. Y'all not gonna mess with me anymore. So now you notice people start getting a little bit of an attitude, a little retaliatory. doing things they wouldn't have done before. It's because they know they're leaving. So they're like, nah, you're not, I don't have to worry about you no more. I'm out of here. And that's what it reminds me of Ryan Garcia. He's like, shit, I'm out of here. I'm about to relocate. So I don't care what y'all have to say. I'm not going to go overboard, but I'm going to make sure that you guys know I see what you're doing, and you're not going to keep messing with me. So that's what I'm gathering. And when I hear De La Hoya saying stuff like, we're proud to have worked with Ryan Garcia, words matter. Listen to what De La Hoya is saying. And then he goes on and he says stuff like, not even with confidence, after this fight, we'll see what the future holds and what's next for Ryan Garcia. But he doesn't say that with any conviction. He says that because that's what he's supposed to say. But you got to try to really understand what's going on here. And I'm telling you, man, Ryan Garcia, he's become a legitimate contender now. And Golden Boy is about to lose him. And they don't like that. But it's their fault. You know, when you're dealing with, you gotta know your audience. And when you're dealing with someone like Ryan Garcia, you know, he talks a lot about, you know, Jesus, God, the Holy Ghost. But he also, when I listen to him, he sounds very like he trusts a lot. He has a film of a thin film of innocence that kind of wraps around him. You know, it kind of envelops him, and when you're dealing with someone like that, you got to be careful how you handle them, because there seems to have been some trust lost several years ago. Some of it was regained, and now it's totally lost again. Because what happened initially, there was a fracture in that relationship between Golden Boy and Ryan. And a lot of times when a fracture heals, there's often no sign of injury. But if you get another fracture or another injury in that place where you had that initial fracture, a lot of times it results in a clean break. And that area never heals the same. And that's what I think's happened here, is there's been another injury to that fractured area, and now you have a clean break. And it's just not the same. And as a result, Ryan Garcia is looking to go on for a world championship, establish a legacy. You can't just call him a YouTuber. I mean, he had over 200 amateur fights. I think it was like 15 losses, so he can scrap. All right, so you can't just sit here and call him a YouTuber. He's different. He is a YouTuber, but he's a boxer first. Okay, but I'm gonna tell you what. When you look at what happened with Canelo Alvarez back in 2020 with Golden Boy, it's very, very similar to what Ryan's going through, man, and these agreements and, you know, these conflicts and all kind of craziness that's going on behind the scenes. It's just not good. But my understanding is Ryan Garcia and all that crap that was going on with De La Hoya suing him, and sound like they got into the little legal issues, and Ryan Garcia and his team came back and countered with the lawsuit themselves, and you see nobody's saying nothing about it, right? Nobody's saying nothing about it. But Ryan Garcia is moving. He got a little bounce in his step, you know? It's because he has an opportunity to get away from those guys. And I truly believe in 2024, Ryan Garcia is going to be out of here. He's not going to be with them anymore. And that's from all the signs I'm getting when I'm listening to them talk, especially when Oscar De La Hoya starts talking in past tense about Ryan. You know, and he's being a bit of a butt, you know, towards Ryan Garcia. He's being very, very nefarious, you know what I'm saying? Very unprofessional, very wicked. And I truly believe because Oscar De La Hoya, you know, the Golden Boy, they have a lot of events that take place. They really do. But, you know, it's one thing for you to, it's like in baseball. You get the one guy who can probably get you a single, get you a double. Other guy can bunt really good. But it's not like having someone who can hit a grand slam. And Ryan Garcia for them is a guy who can hit a grand slam. And losing him, I just think, is almost like sticking a fork in him. Canelo lost him. Canelo left him. They lost Canelo. Oh, my God. That was just money going out the door. Ryan Garcia, again, is another one. Money going out the door. Without those two, I'm not saying Golden Boy won't survive, but as far as the profit margins they were enjoying, they already took a huge blow with Canelo. Now Ryan leaving, that's going to be another huge blow. So I'm not sure what their plans are. But if Oscar De La Hoya was even, you know, thinking there was a way that he could continue promoting Ryan Garcia and keeping Ryan Garcia happy, I tell you what, they didn't really help themselves during this fight week, the way they treated Ryan with tweets and the things they're saying, bringing up his mental health again. That's just a jab. Some people will look at it and say, well, no, it's the truth, they're not lying. But come on now, there's some things, it's called hitting below the belt. They're hitting below the belt. And then Dr. B-Hop definitely is not helping anything when he gets in front of a damn microphone. Jesus Christ, when that man starts talking. He definitely doesn't help anything at all. So, long story short, let's sit back and wait and see what gets announced. But all the writings on the wall, Michael Jackson, and Ryan Garcia, and that whole lawsuit thing, like Ryan Garcia may have come out ahead. And that whole deal with Al Haymon is just sitting there waiting for him to put ink to paper. Because, you know, they just can't come and sign no deal with him because now Al Haymon's not stupid. But you better believe, man, he's got his ducks in a row. And I think Ryan Garcia is going to do great things over there on PBC. I really do. Especially next year when the dust settles and the deal that PBC is firming up and everything. I think Ryan Garcia will be much happier. None of that drama, none of that crap. The problem is Oscar De La Hoya still thinks he's a boxer. And he's a promoter. And sometimes with a promoter, you got to have the stone face. Can't show the emotion. You got to just eat it sometime and take it. But De La Hoya still has, you know, he still knows he could probably whip Ryan Garcia's ass. Bernard Hopkins knows he can probably whip some of these fighters' asses. And, you know, you got that hubris in you. You got that pride, that hubris. And those two guys is just, you know, I call them, you know, yin and yang, you know, the dimwits, man. They're just bad medicine, man. But anyway, let's wait and see what Ryan has to say after the fight going into 2024. Let's see what he has to say. I won't be shocked when he makes that announcement, but I'm pretty damn sure from what I'm gathering that Ryan Garcia is done with De La Hoya and Golden Boy and he's signing a deal with Al Haymon. Just pay attention and listen to what Oscar De La Hoya is saying. Listen to what he's saying, how he's talking in past tense. And Bernard Hopkins is just all over the place. Anyway, y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.